What's up, guys? My name's Element, and we are 24, count them, 24 days away from midnight release of Black Ops 2. And I guess you could see all the videos going up about Black Ops 2 all over YouTube, and a lot of fake info going on out there too. Like, I just heard that you can prestige guns, and that sounds massively retarded, and then David Vonderhaar posts on Twitter that that's totally untrue, so you gotta watch out for the bullshit. Right now, I'm in hyped up mode because we're that much closer to this game. And I've got Medal of Honor coming out on Tuesday, and I'm going to play the crap out of that, but I don't know if it's really going to be able to fit the gap between October 23rd and November 13th. I really don't know. So anyway, the point of me making this video today, and by the way, the footage that you're watching is an MP7 gold MOAB that I got on everybody's favorite small map in this stupid game, Dome. It's probably going to get a little bit campy, and if it does, I apologize for that, but what are you going to do? So, Modern Warfare 3. This game drives me up the friggin' wall, and I am officially done with it. I don't ever foresee myself ever picking up this disc again and putting it back in my Xbox because it is just that frustrating. It's not bad, it's not complete garbage, but just the things about it make it really frustrating. And there was a bunch of things that, you know, we all even saw right at the start that was going to be included in this game, and we didn't think anything of it because we were too sucked into the hype about this game's release. And I know I was a victim of it too. I was a victim of the hype. And it's simple things like, how do you not test this shit in your studio before you release it to the public? Because I think what happened is we got a 75% Sledgehammer, 25% Infinity Ward Call of Duty title. And if you're not familiar with the history of the Modern Warfare series, what happened to the Infinity Ward studio a couple years ago, they are not staffed the same way that they were right before Modern Warfare 2 launched. So it's not the same people that worked on that worked on Call of Duty 4, that worked on this. And that's one of the main reasons that they had to bring in Sledgehammer Games to help, and they had to bring in Raven Software to help, and they had Beachhead Studios do Call of Duty Elite. They needed help. And I think what happened was that with all the mix of input and development and design is that we got a transition year in the Modern Warfare series, and I don't know why it's taken me 11 months to figure this out. But I truly think that we got a transition year, and I've seen it in other games before. I won't get into that, but I've seen it in other games before, where you kind of get set on this kind of like expectancy roller coaster, if you will, where there's not a lot of ups and downs, just a couple waves. And this time we got a big down. It's one of those downs that makes everybody on the ride barf. And a couple of the mistakes that I saw, I don't really know who to blame because so many people worked on this game, but I mean, let's start with the obvious. The maps just didn't feel the same in this game like they did in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, hell, even Call of Duty 4, the original Modern Warfare, it doesn't compare. There's something about these maps that there's just too much random jargon placed everywhere, and they tried to go for non-linear style maps, which, hey, you know, cool. But I don't really think it worked. And if you play Domination like me and my team did, or my team and I, oops, sorry, my team and I did a lot, you'll notice that there's some bad spawn traps on some of these maps, like Hard Hat rings a bell, Dome rings a bell, Mission rings a bell, and you could really screw people on these maps. And I think the size of the maps were too small. And I know they were going for gun-on-gun fighting as opposed to massive kill streak craziness like they had in Modern Warfare 2. But the small maps made the spawns terrible. They were terrible. It was so unbelievable how many times you would die, spawn, die. Die, spawn, die, die, spawn, die. It was crazy. It happened all the time. It happened to everybody. There's countless videos up on YouTube about it. But the spawn system in this game was fucking atrocious. The free-for-all spawns were so manipulatable that you could literally win or get a big lead in a free-for-all game without moving more than like 10 feet. You turn one way, shoot a guy that's just spawned, turn another way, go to the next spawn, turn back to where you just were, and the cycle repeats itself. The support streaks, did we really think that that was a good idea? Come on. Rewarding people for sucking? I mean, who does that? Oh wait, I forgot. This is America. We're in America. We give out participant ribbons because you participated and we value that. You tried. You gave 101%. I mean, are we kidding? Oh, I want to know the actual, like, employee of Activision that thought of this idea, and I want them drawn and quartered. Because support streaks, okay, I understand. You're trying to help the kids, the people that play this game, that don't take it seriously, that aren't very good, to have a little kill streak fun. I understand that. But at the same time, you kind of missed the boat that this could be abused. And I say that because there's a stealth bomber, there's an EMP, there's advanced UAV, the ballistic vests were even kind of annoying. There's nothing you can do to stop anybody from getting these kill streaks. Absolutely nothing. And unless that, you know, you just completely slaughter them and they don't get any point caps or bomb plants or kills at all. I mean, you just have to absolutely slaughter somebody to not let them get their support streaks. So that's bad idea number 3. So we've got maps, spawns, support streaks, death streaks. Death streaks in this game were a huge mistake. The message that keeps echoing back to me is that this was a noob game made for noobs by noobs. It's disappointing because it had so much potential to be the right thing. I'm not going to talk about overpowered weapons like ACR and MP7, I mean, because they're in every game. The MP40 was in World at War, the M16 Red Dot was in fucking Call of Duty 4, and Modern Warfare 2 I don't know because every gun was overpowered because of stopping power, and in Black Ops you had FAMAS AUG 74U, so it's in every title. But yeah, those are basically the things that fell short in this game for me, and I'm never going to play it again. I beat the campaign on Veteran, I did some Spec Ops, played some Chaos Mode, hit 20 Prestige in multiplayer. There's no reason for me to ever touch this game again. For the first time in the history of a Call of Duty series, there's no point for me to go back. I'll go back to World at War. I'll go back to Black Ops 1. There's no point for me to go back to this game. I fell victim to the hype, and I hope that I don't do the same for this title. But I've got my faith in Treyarc because of what they did with the last game. Let's see if I'm right.